Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Ah, shake it off. Whatever it is, shake it off. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. Yay! What's going on, my glamorous girls?
Hey, hey, hey.
I say hello,
Hey,
hello,
hey, hey.
Hello, everybody.
We are here, we are here, we are
We're
back.
back.
We're back.
Where we back
No,
from?
we back. Ain't nobody been on no vacation. We
I
have
know.
been to Hawaii.
No,
We had some excursions. We had some little
yeah. Some
overnight.
folks over there, they had some excursions up there.
Oh, they've been away. Oh, yeah. We get into that.
Yeah, we have to get
What's
into that.
happening, girls? What's up? It's a happy Saturday. It's a great God day on Wyoming.
I'm Peg.
I'm Linda.
And I'm Sharon.
And we are
4SistersLIVE.
And we are live and we're back. Like I said, there's so much going on. It's like, what do we do when we've been going through?
Yes, take a deep breath.
We'll take a deep breath.
Exhale.
Just exhale, woos out. But anyway, we're going to make it happen, Captain. Come on in here, everybody. Love, like, share our page today. Y'all got to be on here today. It's a wonderful topic, although we already know it's the first Saturday in June, guys. It's June.
Already. Believe it? Oh my God, it's going too fast.
What in the world?
Literally.
Literally, it's June.
Whew,
and it's a lot. It's June, Peggy, and it's a lot packed in this 1 month of June.
I'm still trying to play catch up.
Yeah, it's coming in like a lion.
That's to catch up from January.
I'm telling you guys.
Shit, wait a minute, hold on. It's June. Hold on, slow down.
You only have 6 more months to get it right. Okay.
Yeah, right.
And I'm telling you, and that is something to look at and look forward to. Say, okay, God, I got this much time, I got this much time. But granted, we're here to make it happen. Each day He gives us to wake up, we have another chance to make it and get it right. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's
So
right.
that's a blessing. I don't take it for granted. I don't take these days for granted. I don't take anything for granted at all. Even more so now than ever. We cannot afford to. So again, everybody come on in, like, love, share the page, hit them hearts up, put those likes up. We got to get our algorithm.
Likes and shares. Yeah, wake up, everybody.
Hey.
Wake up, everybody. No
more sleeping in bed. Not today.
Hey, Terry.
Come on, Terry. Come on, tell everybody, Terry, get the word out. Come on, get the word out, everybody. We got a lot to do. We got great guests today. Today is our topic of segment of domestic violence, DV, however you want to pronounce it. It's a problem.
Yeah,
it's a problem.
It's just a problem. And it's still happening. It's still going on. People are still suffering. People are still going through. Those who thrived and survived it, God bless them. But you know what? It's still there somewhere that you have a story to tell. You have something that you can relate to. You can help other people. And as we say all the time, share. So many people don't want to share. So many people want to keep it secret. Don't be secretive if you don't have to. Help others. Bless others by your testimony.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Bless others by your testimony, because your testimony can save someone's life. I know I've had so many women and men, believe it or not, come to me and talk about their testimonies of their life and what they've gone through in their relationships and things like that. So let me tell y'all something. Relationships is not just for those who don't really, it's a stigma. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got to live in this neighborhood because that's why you're going through, or you got to be making this kind of money, or you just that and the other, or you like this, or you that. It's not that.
No.
Domestic violence has no discrimination, none whatsoever.
Absolutely not.
None whatsoever. And so it's just a lot going on as it relates to that whole realm of domestic violence, whether it be mental, whether it be physical, whether it be financial, whether it be sexual, whether it be that it may be mental. It's a lot to absorb in these 5 areas of domestic violence, ladies and gentlemen. And because we are strong women on this platform, do not mean we haven't gone through anything.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean that we're smiling, that we may be crying inside. doesn't mean anything. But hey, we're here because we can now tell you how you can overcome, how you can move through it, how you can get past it, how you can help others. And this is our platform of 4Sisters Live, where we, all four of us, including Charlene, shout out to her. She's out today. We got our lovely other sister Sharon in for her. But let me tell y'all something. We are sisters of a group that we support each other. We should be able to come and strengthen each other in a time when we are down.
Yeah.
Right. Each other up. Peggy, what do you say to that? Because I know you started this whole piece and you are the leader and you're the head of what's going on here. This is your baby. Tell us something about your vision, why you started this, really.
Well, you know, we came out of a domestic violence living with my mom and dad. So I know what that looks like. Okay. And I think that's what kept my 5 sisters and I together, connected today. And I'm just so glad that we have this platform that we can talk about it now. Years ago, I couldn't talk about it. Now.
And why is that? Were you shamed or something? Or you felt like nobody but my family going through this? Why should I say something? Because I'm ashamed.
It was a lot of pain. And then at the same time, I thought my family was the only one that was dealing with this. Until you begin to talk to other people and realize your situation is light compared to theirs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You follow me?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just glad that we got this platform. And the reason why we're talking about it is because when we came together, and Sharon can tell you, when we began to talk about networking and coming and sharing what we were doing, we noticed that the conversation was changing. And women were talking about domestic violence, and they were talking about health and wellness, and they were talking about what are we going to do with our young babies. And then also the main topic was entrepreneurship. How do we build our business?
Exactly.
So that's how domestic violence is an issue with us today. We decided to take those issues that we were talking about in a networking environment and bring it over into this platform. So that's why we are here today talking about domestic violence.
Yeah, we've had so many stories and strong stories and some powerful stories and everything. So, you know, women have done what they needed to do to build something. They took their pain and made it out of a purpose.
Yes.
And that's going on a lot, even within our Sister for Sisters network. So many of our women have taken their pain and turned it into a purpose. Sharon, you've done some wonderful things, even writing your book, and you had a combination of women who come in. Tell us about your book and how did that help women doing that with you?
Thank you. Well, the name of the book is Embracing My Sexy 60s. And don't let the name fool you, because basically these women, you know, I wanted them to tell their stories, good, bad, and the ugly, because we have been through some things, you know. Coming into our 60s, you know, we've experienced so many things, and we're empty nesters by then. You know, we're starting over, we're starting businesses, we're starting over in relationships in some cases. And yes, there were a few who told their stories that they had gone through domestic violence. So it was just amazing to read the stories of the women, and, you know, just to give some inspiration to those who are reading the stories, because they can relate to some of the things that the women are talking about. So I think that that was the biggest blessing, was just to be able to share with others, you know, where you have been and how did you get to where you are. And it gives inspiration to those who haven't gotten into their 60s yet. And it also inspires those who are already in the 60s and beyond. So it's not for just women in their 60s, but I just wanted to highlight the women who were in their 60s and could tell the stories that could inspire others.
Yeah, and while you're talking about your book, just go ahead and tell people where they can still continue to purchase it, you know?
Well, absolutely. Well, they can, embracingmysexy60s.com is my website, and you could email me directly at Sharon@embracingmysexy60s.com. And you can get the book directly from me. It is also on Amazon, but you know, Amazon gets the money and I don't. So get it through me.
That's right.
That's right.
That's awesome. That is really awesome. But no, we're going to talk more about our domestic violence. We're going to be sharing with our lovely guest, a sister who she's new to us, but we're going to take her and put her on our wings eventually, right? But her name is Kimberly LeBeau. And she's going to tell her story, her compelling story about what's happened to her, how she's overcome, and what's going on with her and things surrounding her domestic violence experience. So we're going to get to that. But in the meantime, there are some other things to get out of the way. Let's go in a happy place. And let's say happy birthday to some happy birthday folk. Who's celebrating a birthday?
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
There's so many. Let me just shout out Maria Thorpe, Elena Aiken, Janet Tompkins, Dr. Lloyd Dorsey, Wanda Washington, Cashel Harvey, Joyce Mario, Diamond Petty, Alicia Anderson, and our own board member, Senator Barbara Robertson, will be celebrating her birthday on June 8th. So we got to shout out.
We have a lot of birthdays in June. Oh my goodness.
Birthday babies. My sister Tippy's birthday is in June. Happy birthday, sis.
Happy birthday.
14th birthday celebrating. So
big celebration in June.
Big celebration ahead, child. Talking about people celebrating birthdays. And then this is June, which is going to be officially summer. Coming up in June, it's officially summer. Actually, this is some other things happening in June. Like this is the class of 2025. Congratulations to all of you all who graduated in class of 2025.
Donna Jackson says she's celebrating her birthday in June. Hey, Donna.
Yes. Oh, hey, everybody, shout out somebody who's celebrating a birthday. We want to say happy birthday.
And there's more.
And there's more. Absolutely.
I have a celebrity birthday coming.
Oh, Donna Jackson is a June child, she says. Okay,
yay.
Happy birthday, Donna.
Mommy said yay.
Hey.
Yeah, put it out there. Who do we have, Lynn, who's celebrating our celebrities having a birthday?
Our celebrity birthday is, drum roll, picture, mama, is Jimmy Jam.
Yes, my name.
Yes,
yeah. Give me some claps, claps, clap, clap, clap.
Yeah, yes. Jimmy Jam was born June 6, 1959, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA.
Oh yeah, he come up in that era when music was
right. For those who don't know, he is a composer and actor and known for his 64th Grammy Award premiere his ceremony in 2020. He's also married to Lisa Padilla since June 25th. So how about that? Then they have 3 kids. But we know him also with Jimmy Jam. Was it Jimmy Jam and his partner?
Terry Lewis.
Terry Lewis, yes. And also Babyface.
All of those guys are
together. So if you don't remember who he is, he's a part of that big crew.
Yeah, you had Prince in that whole era there.
Oh yes, you definitely have Prince in that Minnesota. Yes.
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah. So it was a lot going on during that era. So happy birthday to you,
Happy birthday, Jimmy Jam.
Yeah.
And so we also want to acknowledge this is June is Black Music Month.
Yes.
Yeah, so many people in the industry have contributed to our music as a culture, and I'm telling you, we have made it through just music. Music is healing. Music can go either way. But we've partied off of music, we've cried off of music, we've danced off of music, we've laughed. So many things that music has brought into our lives. So this month is designated as Black Music Month, of course.
I just think we have the best era for music
right here. I'm telling you, this woman, where did she go?
Aretha.
Okay, Aretha Franklin.
Oh yeah.
We're dedicating this day today of Black Music Month to the Queen.
Right.
Queen.
Yes.
We're to the Queen. Yes. All hail to the Queen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Is that what they call the beehive hairstyle?
Yeah.
I never knew about that. I didn't wear that. Y'all wore that.
That was the beehive. Right. You're right, Peggy.
we had the best era of music, and it's still pumping now. Can you believe it? Like how many years? Whoa.
Yes.
You cannot deny our music at all. It would forever live.
Yes.
Yeah, because in 1967 on June 3rd, Aretha Franklin #1 song was Respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Okay. Yes.
So that lady, she has so many songs. We take the whole show to talk about how many songs this woman contributed to the Black history of the month of June and on and on and on in our lives and in our history. She contributed so much.
Right.
So we salute you, Queen. Heaven smile continuously on this woman.
Rest in heavenly peace.
So yeah, and speaking of that, this is being Black Music Month. Their BET Awards is coming up.
Awesome.
Monday? Yeah,
this Monday?
Yeah, Monday. So y'all tune in. Kevin Hart is hosting. That crazy.
Thanks for the reminder. Oh, love it.
I saw a picture with him and his children. They're grown up so much. I think one of them to graduate. I think his son. And he was like, which your son is taller than he is. When your children
I was going to say, I'm sure. I'm sure he's looking up to him.
Yeah. He said he's so proud.
So cool.
It makes you proud. You work hard for your children and they grow up and they make you proud when they go to school and they graduate. They're doing great things. So congratulations to him and his family. But yeah, he'll be hosting the BET Awards and we're going to be watching out to see what happened on that. For real.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And so speaking of other things, it's Pride Month. We don't discriminate. It's all good. Happy Pride.
Yes.
A lot happening. It's a lot happening. This actually is hosted here.
Fashion show that I went to that you invited us to.
Yes, we had the fashion show last Saturday.
That was a wonderful fashion show. Oh my goodness. It was cold outside, but we were warm inside.
Okay. I thought it was going to be this weekend. It was last weekend.
It was last Saturday, and I'm telling you, it was the most beautiful fashion show.
So much.
And they said the children came, honey. They slayed.
Yes.
They came, baby, and they slayed. They worked that fashion, didn't they, Linda?
Yes, they did.
Wow.
So it was an outdoor event.
Outdoor
and Janice came.
Right.
Yeah.
And Janice
wow.
Yeah, right here in DC, y'all can still come to DC,
Yeah, it's a lot still going on.
It was downtown DC, all right?
Well, actually, the World Pride is hosted here in DC this year, Pride 2025.
Oh, really? Yeah, I have another event.
Everything is going on. Actually, they have a big tent, a big stage down at the Kennedy RFK Stadium. You're right there, so you're going to see the big stadium with the
I didn't know. That's right down the street from me. Oh my goodness.
Yes, y'all go down there. They got a lot going on. They have J-Lo is hanging out, a lot of celebrities, a lot of talent, a lot of music.
Y'all come to DC.
And that's this weekend?
Is that this weekend? Yeah, it's going on. Look at your calendar and you go down there. They have all kind of tents set up for vendors and everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, go down there. Yeah, East Capitol Street. Everybody know what RFK Stadium is, and it's right across on this block across the street. And it's a huge stage.
Going down Benning Road, y'all. Keep on down.
As we move right along, we got some hot picks. What's going on in the world, girls, with these hot picks?
Oh, you know what? Oh, okay. Go ahead. Y'all don't let me forget. Now I got a breaking news, not shaking news, but I got a breaking news.
Well, which way you want to go, sis? You want to go with breaking news? Go with your
you might forget. Let's go with the breaking news, though. Positive stuff. Women's single French Open. Coco won, y'all. Coco won. Yes. Coco Gauff versus Arena Salablinka. I don't know her name. I don't care. I just want to make sure our girl gets the I got to give her a 2. Give
her a 2.
There you go, Linda.
Yes. And that's live. That just happened. Just want to let you know.
Oh wow, that's hot. All right, I like breaking news. I like breaking news. So let's go to hot picks, then we'll come back to what's happening what's shaking in the news. We'll do that after. So go ahead and do us the hot picks, Peg.
Okay, this one here, the Motown explosion. Guys, you know how we love the Motown sound, right?
Yes.
Speaking
CTV of Prince George's County is hosting it tomorrow. what can we say? But if you love Motown, you need to show up. And it's going to it's a benefit. They're raising funds and money for CTV here in Prince George's County, Maryland. If you want to learn more about it, go to our website. It's 4SistersNetwork.org, and take a look at our calendar. Okay. Here's another one, Wawa. This is one of our partners, Watati. They're having their gala, the 2025 gala. It's going to be simply wonderful. If you have been involved in what we've been with, Sharon can tell you the entrepreneurship modules and sessions that we've been wrapped around.
They've been off the chain. Yeah.
And she is our partner. And so we're going to show up for this. It's June 14th at the University of Maryland. And so if you want to learn more, go to our website. This one here, why I'm going to pass it to you.
A virtual.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. I'm just saying yes. I'm on mute. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you see the date, you read it, you see it. September 19th to 21st. Get your tickets. The Giz, Year of the Mississippi Bullfrog, held at the Warner Theater. We at the Warner Theater. We're connected, party with Live Nation. This is huge. We just finalized our final picks for our lead and others who are going to be participating as our whole cast on Thursday. So now everybody's geared up, ready to rock and roll. So we need you to go get your tickets. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be talking more about it. But yeah, the Giz, the Year of the Mississippi Bullfrog. And it's going to be all that and a bag of chips. So
y'all big time. Y'all at the Warner.
All right, now.
At the Warner with Live
Nation. We have yes. So that's exciting in itself. Everyone is so excited. So
yes.
Is it sort of kind of off the W?
Huh?
Is it sort of kind of off the W? The Wiz or no?
Yes, it is. It's the adaptation of that. Yes.
Okay.
It's a go-go Giz. The Giz.
I like how y'all do that. I like how you take that little letter out and put it.
I know, right?
I love it. If you haven't seen her plays, you have to go. Everyone, you have to go.
It's so funny. If you need some laughter in your life, that's where you need to go.
Absolutely. We're going to be bringing some of them cast on them so that we can kind of, get you all to know who they are and familiarize yourselves with what's going on and talk about the whole production as well. So stay tuned for that. And but yeah, in the meantime, what's shaking in the news?
Oh Lord.
Oh gosh.
What's shaking in the news?
We had a bro. I know we had a bro fallout with our president and his sidekick.
Yeah, that's. I call that the big beautiful mess.
That big beautiful mess. Yeah,
it's a big beautiful mess. I know we talk about certain things that's going on.
That's shaking
in the world politically. We're gonna get more involved with some things that we really need to be educated, because I'm telling you, everybody's not watching the news.
No,
that's why everybody didn't vote, because some people stuck on whatever they feel they need to do. You see what I'm saying?
I can't understand why they didn't vote. It was just no excuse. I don't care for those who did not, and now for so many people now that are suffering because of what has happened, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, if you didn't, why didn't I? Because your family is suffering now. You're suffering now. But the bottom line is we got to get some positivity out there some kind of way. So look for it, work for it. You got to do your own thing. You really do.
Donna wants to know what's his latest. Well, of course, there's the feud between him and Elon Musk, who's his sidekick, and so everything is just sort of blowing up. So because you really got to tune into the news to get at least to be up to date, because every day something is happening. Every day.
Well, that's why we're talking about what we're talking about today. All of it is inclusive as to how we are being domestically abused.
How is this going to affect us? That's just
it's going to affect us. It is affecting us.
It's going to affect us. So that's why
everyone. Yes,
everyone
because
across
that big ugly bill was ugly. it was really ugly, and it wasn't about us. We're going to be the ones paying for that big ugly bill.
Yeah,
So
they're cutting some really major things like Medicaid, Medicare, you know, the
the
what
children's
the
lunch,
SNAP
programs, cutting down hospitals.
educational programs.
It's just really a sad situation, and we
All
have
the way around.
we've got to listen and do something. We have to stand against this. This is, you know, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Yeah, we
that is so
definitely
true.
got to
But
stand
we have to get up. We have to get out there and just, you know,
to the streets, y'all.
Yeah, it's a lot going on
This
in
stuff.
that respect. I just think they playing on the heartstrings of the people, of us, no matter who you are, no matter
it's
your
all about
background.
fear. It's all about fear. They're trying to instill
is.
fear, and you know, we just have to
And
fight
we've
back.
overcome that fear, so we can't go down under it. If we don't do anything else, support Black businesses, support international businesses, support people that you know that are in business, because they're the ones who are going to feel this, because they're going to have to pay for so much more for a lot of their imports, etc. But your family needs certain things, and you're accustomed to certain things. So, you know, so you need to really look in your neighborhoods and in your city and in the country to find other sources so that you can support each other. Thursday, children's lunch was still on. They say, really, I just saw Thursday, the children's lunch program was still on. Thank God it's still on.
But you know what, guys? We need to give credit to what credit's due. I have to shout out Dr. Jamal Bryant.
Oh, yes, he's
he is taking a
founder.
stand.
Yes, and we have to follow him. Yes,
Peggy, 100%.
Yes.
He is out there on that forefront. He's on the front line, and he's really fighting for us. He is our modern day.
But we need a bunch of fighters with him. Yes,
and he's fighting for us. We're praying for him, totally, for his family and for his church, and out down there in Georgia, because he's taking on what God gave him. When God gives you what He needs you to do, you step out on it and you do it.
Yes,
you're doing it.
Yeah, and you do it. And he's been doing it. He's not new to this. He's true to this. Reverend Pastor Jamal Bryant has been doing this for years.
Yes.
It's just his time because of the time that we're living in.
Yeah.
And you all, please stay tuned to what's going on. Stay tuned what's happening in your community. Don't stay asleep. Please wake up. Please wake up and know
turn
that
on your stations. If you don't want their stations, turn on your stations. Bottom line, that's where you need to be locked in to all of your stations that support you.
There you go.
Well, Peggy, I'm glad you mentioned Pastor Jamal Bryant, because he's out of Baltimore, so you would know a lot about his history in terms of Baltimore. And
I remember him when he was a kid. We all belonged to his father's church, so I followed him, and I've seen the growth in him, and just proud of him. Just taking the stand to say, look, this is what we need to do, and take the lead. He's taken the lead and have done it.
And is doing it. And I want to say this, and we're going to move on. Other churches, please come on board. There are other churches that are, this is the time that it is up to the church to lead and talk and be that example, to tell the people what's going on. We understand God is good, God is great. We got that. We need to hear some things that's going to save our people, save their souls, and save their lives.
Yes,
absolutely.
And so I just say to other churches, please come on board, get with it. Don't, just sit back and not be about helping our people, because people are just going through a lot. They're going through a lot. And what they do, they run to the church for their saving grace. They say we go to the rock, we go to the church, we go to the shelter. Where there is a shelter, we're safe in His arms, in the shelter of God. And this is where people go when they can't find an answer.
Yeah.
So please, churches, if you aren't on board, please get on board, help and save our people, to save our lives.
Bottom line is talk to your pastor.
And
talk to your pastor.
Yes.
And ask them, what can we do? How are we going to move forward? What is your stance?
What's the plan?
What's your plan?
What can we do collectively? Absolutely.
Plan. There has to be a plan for our people.
Because that person's head might be stuck too. So, you really have to bring it out, and you're paying your dues every single week. that you attend. So therefore, yeah, you need to find out, talk to your pastor and find out where your pastor's stance on all of these things.
I agree, Linda.
Yes.
I want to know, well, we're going to get into that in a few minutes, but this is something special. We're going to definitely move on. We have a special congratulations to a young lady that has been helping us behind the scenes. She's been such a sweetheart, and we want to show her how much we really, really appreciate her. She graduated May 15th at a college, and so we're so proud of you, Marty Dunbar.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations
for helping us. Marty, you have been such a
She's
jewel.
backstage. We need to bring her front stage. Everybody knows who Marty is.
She's behind the scenes somewhere,
She's
but
behind
Marty,
the scenes.
you know, we appreciate you. Peggy, you want to say something special because you were the reason Marty is with us today.
Oh man,
I'm so proud of Marty. She has been a jewel. Day one, when she reached out to me on Facebook and said that she wanted to be connected to our organization, I said, that's only a word. Marty, this young lady stepped in, and she has not stopped since she came on board. Maybe about 4 months ago?
Yeah.
And I said to her, I hope that we're not overwhelming you. And she said,
whatever I got myself into.
You can't get rid of her.
But she graduated from
GW.
GW,
Yes.
That's awesome.
George
Yes,
Washington
indeed.
University.
So congratulations, Marty.
Congratulations, Marty. Gotta take her to lunch.
Hey, what? And you remember, she went with us to New York.
Yeah.
Yes, she saved us. She
came all the way
us.
to New York to support us. I say, who does this? I mean, she's
And
a
put
young
us
lady.
on
She
camera
on by herself. No one knew.
Times Square. Yeah,
in Times
I
Square.
remember. Yes.
And I happened to turn around. I didn't know she was. I turned around and she's standing. I'm like, where did you go?
Wow.
We got the camera in her hand, holding
so
it up.
Awesome.
Like,
yes, it was. Oh my goodness.
We're so proud of you, Maddie.
We're so proud of you,
so
sweetheart.
much. We could not have done that without you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You go, girl.
You go, girl.
What'd you say, Sharon?
No, I said I was just repeating him. You go, girl.
Yes,
girl.
Yes.
So we're going to get
one other piece that we have to do. We want to shout out our business owners of the week. This is something that we want to spotlight, and we did a good job for the month of May, but we're going to bring May and June together and have them come live on my segment, which is the fourth Saturday of the month. But since we're in June, I wanted to salute one of our sisters for the week of June 7th, which is today. And that is Dr. Florence Champagne. Let me pull her picture up.
Yay.
Oh,
there she is. There she is.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Florence is the CEO and founder of Open My Heart Foundation. And due to her own personal experience, she's able to talk about it. And thanks to you, Florence, we salute you, and we look forward to the conversation at the end of the month. Okay? Yay. Thank you, Dante.
Yes.
All right.
Congratulations, Florence. Congratulations. She's out there doing it, making it happen. So yeah, she's a lady.
Yes, and her bill was passed as well.
Yes.
The bill was passed as well.
Yes. Oh, that was
heart disease. Yes.
Congratulations.
Oh my God,
that was an awesome achievement.
Awesome. Yes.
And,
yes.
Along
so
with
now there's special tests
Jamila Woods. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Has to do with heart disease. We're trying to. She's bringing awareness with Open My Heart Foundation to heart disease, especially women, but men as well. But we all have to take care of our hearts, but we have to make sure the monies that we pay our doctors for tests, that is included in our tests. And she's gotten passed in Maryland.
Yes. You're right,
amazing. That's an amazing feat.
Amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So we're going to switch gears here to go into our actual topic for today, which is domestic violence, and bring our guest on. Before we bring her on, just want to read a couple of things as it relates to this. June is Mental Health Month for men.
Mm-hmm.
You got that, Dante? We're showing that, excuse me, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And
Yes.
so many people are going through mental, even May is mental awareness month, but June is men's mental health awareness month. And we got somebody sitting up on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue that has a serious mental issue.
Send
And if
them,
I
send
tell
them
me
all to him.
it's a whole mental issue going on here. And I
Yes.
digress on that a little bit because it's a lot going on here. Because when you're running a country, your mind has to be right. It has to be on point. It has to be about things that are inclusive with people. But now you're excluding people. You're talking about it's all about you. And can you imagine how many women go through a narcissist who's dealing with an issue in a relationship when it's all about them. The wife have to be about doing for them. If you don't do what I need to do, you're going to get beat. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get abused. You're going to go through something. And women have taken on so much dealing with men. As we're talking about men and mental health, what's going on? And it's mental.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's the mind.
It's a lot. So it says 2.3 million Americans affected by bipolar disorder, and an equal amount of men and women, though, develop the illness. The age onset for men is between 16 to 25 years old. It also goes on to say one of the leading causes of disability in America is schizophrenia. Approximately 3.5 million people. Yes, 3.5 million people in the U.S. has been diagnosed with this illness, and 90% of those who are diagnosed are of the age of men of 30. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And so men and women develop the same mental disorders and continue to have these experiences when it deals with the symptoms with your mind and your mental. And so we all go through this in our community, in our lives, in our family. That's why I said it doesn't discriminate who you are. Women, men, we all go through it. But because women, when we marry men, it's to be careful who you marry, who you're at home with, who you're dealing with, because you never know what's going on with their life. What's going on?
The signs.
Yes, the signs, absolutely. The signs of what is going on. Speaking of signs, it's about controlling violent or abusive behavior, anger, irritability, aggressiveness, inappropriate anger, risky behavior such as reckless driving, noticeable changes in mood swings in your energy level or your appetite, the difficulty in concentrating and feeling restless or on edge. And you also, men and women, experience symptoms such as feel sad, hopeless, or empty. You feel extremely tired, difficult sleeping too much, not getting the pleasures of activities in your life, and you can't deal with social life. It's a lot. So when you're dealing with all of these things, you can't help but lash out, and then in your energy and your life, and it affects you in so many different ways. You wonder why when somebody you get with that you do not know. That's why it's important for you to understand who you are linked up with,
right?
Who you are connected with as it relates to relationships.
And the bottom line is also, if you find out, you have to know when to leave.
Yes.
You have to get out of that situation. Don't stay in that situation hoping and praying that it's going to work.
And what really is so interesting, Linda, when you're saying that, my mind goes to this Diddy trial where the women and the women are going on. Cassie talking about all these things. How many women, and so many women have gone through just these essays, but we know it's sexual assault. It's all a part of violence in itself.
It's violence.
It's part of that. And when you deal with it, it's so heavy for women. Anytime a man is going to still abuse you and a woman is on her menstrual cycle, that is crazy to me.
It's crazy.
Sad.
It's sad.
Yes.
Sad.
And you know, people will always show you who they are. You just really have to look for those signs, just like we said, and you know, the red flags, they're there. They you know, in our instinct, a woman's excuse me, intuition, her gut that tells her something is not right. You have to listen to that and follow your heart and follow your gut, you know, before you get yourself deeper into relationships like that.
Yeah. I want us to bring in, while we're going on this conversation, so we won't miss a beat on this, I want us to introduce, and I'm going to introduce our guest who will be coming on to talk about her experience and things that she wants us to know as it relates to what she has gone through in domestic violence. And Kimberly LaBou is an accomplished speaker, author, award-winning publisher, a certified master life coach with a passion for empowering others. She is at the helm of LaBou Publishing Enterprise, the CEO and founder, and her award-winning publishing company was created for the independent of self-publisher to provide expert guidance and unlimited support to help them to recognize their brilliance by sharing their stories with the world as writers. Her expertise in publishing industry has earned her numerous accolades and awards for her work with other and dedicated work. In her experience in the literary industry, she has become a respected leader in the field of writing and publishing. Kimberly has inspired authors around the world to reach their full potential and achieve their goals. We want to let Kimberly know that we appreciate her for coming on the show today because she has a lot to share. As she says, we all have a story to tell. We just have to be willing to dig deep and find the courage to release it. Come on in here. I love that. Thank you for being with us.
Hello.
Hello, girl.
How's everybody doing?
We're doing great. How
are
you?
Great. Good. Thank you so much for having me. This isn't something that I tend to talk about a lot, so because for me, it's behind me. And so, but I know that it is important for us to share our stories, like you all have been saying, to help somebody else who might be in the same situation that we may have found ourselves in one time or another. And so, geez, I always feel like, where do I begin with that story? So because it was many years ago, it was my last marriage that I was in. I say last because it was not the only. That's a whole different story.
I'm on the show.
Okay.
Oh no, okay, go ahead.
Okay, you was talking to somebody else. But so I found myself in a situation. Let me first say that growing up in my family, I had seen some people in my family experience, some women in my family who experienced some sort of domestic violence. But with several of them, I saw that as soon as it happened, they got out. And then, I also saw the other extreme of it, someone who stayed in it way too long and was brutally assaulted over and over again and ended up in hospitals. So I saw both extremes. So I saw it from, what it looks like to leave and what it looks like to stay. But I always associated domestic violence with physical violence because that is what I heard. That is what, I saw and always heard people talk about. And so when I ended up in a situation, but my first encounter with violence like that was when I was 18 years old, and I was, now they would call it dating violence. A young man that I was dating tried to physically choke me out. And while he was doing it, he referenced, the last person that I dated, I choked her until she passed all the way out while he had his hands around my neck. And the only way I got out of that situation was because one of my cousins, before he went into the military, left me a set of nunchucks, those heavy stick things that you twirl, and I had them under my bed. And so when I hit the floor, that is what I reached for. And then I was able to use them effectively to get him off of me and out the door. And when I called the police in that situation, I told them, they asked me, did I want to press charges? And I said, no. I said, if you stay here long enough for me to get my things, I will be out of here and you will never have to visit this address again for this situation. And that's what happened. So that was over. It's because it had been demonstrated for me. If a man puts his hands on you, get out. So when I found myself years later getting married again, I told my husband, I said, there are two things that could make me in this relationship. One is infidelity, because I had dealt with that in my first marriage, and I said, not doing that again. And the second was any kind of physical violence, domestic violence. We don't do that. So I said, okay. But what happened with that is, I think in me saying that, it felt like I gave him permission to do everything else but hit me. So I was often verbally abused, emotional, mental. It became really, really bad. And it was from literally almost day one. Because we had bought the big beautiful home in the nice neighborhood and had all the stuff going on. At the time I was speaking, I had a mentoring program that I was running for young girls, teaching them not to accept domestic violence. If a man puts his hands on you, leave. Same thing I was taught. And so from day one, when we moved into the house, it was a situation. I had 2 young sons, both boys, and the adjustment for that was really, really hard. And he didn't deal with it well. And so the very first incident that happened was probably like maybe 2 or 3 weeks after we had all moved into the house, because me and the boys moved in first. Then after the wedding, he moved in like 3 weeks later. And we had gotten into an altercation, and he had one of those dinners. It was the microwave dinner. And I remember it was a hot, creamy chicken Alfredo.
Mm.
And he took that. When he got mad at me, he had just heated it up. It was piping hot. He was across the kitchen, and he took that entire meal and threw it across the kitchen at me. It went up on the ceiling. It went across the glass table, the dining room table, across the island, everywhere. And my boys were upstairs playing video game. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I just didn't even know what to do with that. But I knew it was bad. I was like, if you are willing to go to this extreme. And I had not seen that. We dated 3 years prior to getting married. I had never seen that. And that level of anger. And so when he did that, I was like, oh my God, what do I do with this? I didn't want my kids to see what had happened, because I didn't want them to see him in a different light. So it was always about protecting him. And so he slammed the door, went in the basement, and I'm in the kitchen frantically trying to clean this stuff up, because I don't want my kids to ask what happened, because I don't want to have to out him. Right?
Wow.
And so that was the very first incident. And in that moment, my view of him shifted drastically. And we're just weeks into our marriage. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what do you do with this? I'm married again. You know, we're in the church. Everybody's got opinions. And I just didn't know what to do. I didn't want my kids to be upset. I didn't want people to view him in a negative light. I still wanted them to respect him. I didn't want to ruin his reputation in the church and the positions that he held. I didn't, you know, as we went on and things escalated, because they did escalate from that point, didn't want him to lose his security clearance. We both worked for the federal government at the time. I was always worried about what will happen to everybody else. And in the meantime, I was losing myself, and I was walking wounded, right? Always smiling, always having to have the face on so that nobody knows what's really happening. And I think that's what a lot of women do, is we dress it up, right? Because we don't want people to know that it's as bad as it is. So I say, you know, things escalated, you know, we tried to get past that, but just living in that situation where, because my boys and I were really close, right? And so we're always laughing and having a good time, and he hated that because he felt like he wasn't included, but nobody was excluding him. So it just escalated things. And I know another incident that happened was one night he got really angry, and he kicked a hole in the bedroom door, because he just came through with his foot first, kicked the hole in the door, came forging at me. But I looked at him like, what are you doing? And I took a step back, and he just stood there and looked at me, and then turned around and walked back out and slammed the door again. But he began destroying the house. He was breaking up stuff. I was like, oh my God, I got to get out of here. I was at home by myself that night. So I went out, got in my car, called the police. Police come, and they're like, the first thing that officer said to me was, what did you do to upset him?
Mm.
Oh,
I was like, what? That's
Typical.
your first
That's
question.
typical.
Oh no.
Typical.
And they could see him physically upstairs in the bedroom, like ripping the curtains down, kicking stuff, like he was damaging. I told the guy, I was like, what difference does that make? Can you like go in because he's destroying the house? And he said, well, it's his house. There ain't nothing we can do about it.
Oh my gosh.
Like, you have got to be kidding me. And so he asked me, he said, well, do you have the key? I was like, of course I have the key. I live here. He said, is your name on the deed? I said, yes, my name is on the deed. This is my house. So anyway, he asked if he could go in and talk to him. Went in. He went in, went downstairs in the basement. They asked him if it was okay to approach. And he said, yeah. He was sitting in the basement like nothing had ever happened.
I just mentioned schizophrenic.
He was a musician and he was playing the organ just like nothing had happened. When they approached, he stopped playing. They asked him if he was all right. And he said, I'm fine. The cop looked at me and he said, well, he's okay. I said, well, how about you take a walk upstairs with me and I'll show you how okay he's not. And I showed him all the damage that he had done. He had put a big crack inside of the television, ripped the curtains down, the big gaping door and a hole in the door, the whole nine. So anyway, they suggested that I leave. So I was like, okay. And so after it was all said and done, he called me and said that he would leave the house because he didn't want me and the boys to have to find someplace else to stay that night or whatever. And he did leave. And so I called my best friend. This is like 11 o'clock at night. Called my best friend. And I'm like, can you come to the house and help me? Because now my mindset is I have to fix this before the kids get home. I think it was one of my son's prom night. So they were out of the house. My oldest was at Morgan State University. He was going to college at that time. My youngest was at his prom. And so I told her, can you come and help me? We took the door off the hinges. We took a door from the basement, replaced the door upstairs on the bedroom door because I didn't want them to walk and see that. And when I was leaving out of the garage that night, he had taken a bar stool and he had thrown it so hard while I was trying to back out of the driveway that the legs of the bar stool stuck in the drywall of the garage. That's how hard he threw it. So we are patching up holes and all of this to avoid my kids knowing anything was wrong.
Oh, no.
That is, oh, wow.
Yeah. And so going through all of that, it was terrifying. And I had gotten to the point where I was sleeping with a knife under my mattress on my side of the bed. At the time, I was sleeping upstairs, he was sleeping downstairs. It just got really bad. And so one night, he became furious again. He was yelling and screaming throughout the house. My son was in his room. And I'm like, I know he's hearing all of this. But I had previously told him because of the other incidents, I was like, pack a bag, put it in your closet, just in case we ever have to make a run for it. And that night we had to make a run for it. And so I said, get the bag. I opened the door. I said, I know you hear what's going on. And he said, yeah, Mom. I said, get the bag. We're going to sneak down the steps and we're getting out of here. And so we left at that point. We found a hotel. It was probably like 2 o'clock in the morning. Went to a hotel, stayed the night. He went to school. I went to work the next morning, just like nothing happened. And so I told him we were gone probably for about a week. But I was running out of money, right? It's like hotels are expensive. I had friends that were putting money in my account. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how did I get here? Like, I am an accomplished woman. I'm speaking on stages. I'm running a mentoring program. I'm doing all the things, right? Like, how did I get here? And so I got to a point where I said, I told my son, I said, we have to go back. But I promise you, he asked me, do we really have to go back, Mommy? I said, I promise you, we're going back, but we're going back in order to exit with a plan. He said, okay. I said, I just need a little time to set it up so that we're okay. So he said, okay. And so that's what happened. We went back. We pretended. My son said that we were some of the best actors
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Because in my head, I'm playing this out as a movie.
Yeah,
Right.
I like that, right? But it was my life. And so I remember I had a conversation with a girlfriend of mine. We were at the Wegmans in Columbia on the upper level. I remember exactly where we were. And I'm telling her some of this stuff that was playing out in my life. And I said to her, I feel like telling you this story, I feel like an abused woman. And she looked at me and she said, is it because you are an abused woman?
Yes.
And but
Yes.
before that point, like I didn't, because he had not physically hit me, I didn't recognize it.
Right, exactly.
Like that, right? Because all I knew was domestic violence was physical. And I had not experienced that. And so when she said that to me, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was like, wow, I really am. And so I was like, whew. And I remembered at that point a conversation that I had had with a girlfriend years prior that was going through a domestic violence situation. And I asked her, I said, if you saw yourself on Oprah, because Oprah was on at the time, if you saw yourself on Oprah, or you saw a woman on Oprah telling this exact same story that you're experiencing, what would you say to her? What would you be yelling at the screen? Get out now, right? But I just didn't recognize it. And so at that point, I was like, wow, I've got to get out of here. And so I did. I put together a plan. And that's a lot of times we say, get out, get out, get out. But as women, we really have to be strategic about how we depart so we don't get ourselves killed. And I knew I was in a situation where I couldn't tell him, I'm leaving you.
Yes.
Like he was too unpredictable.
Yes.
So I knew that probably like 4 to 6 months down the line, he had a conference that he was going away to. And I planned for it. That while he was out of town, I had the U-Haul truck. It was me, my best friend, my kids. Back up the U-Haul truck, back it up far enough that people can't really see what we're doing because I don't want any of the neighbors to alert him that anything is going on at the house. We sold my son's big bunk bed set he had when he came home. He came home one day and he was like, what happened to his bed? And I said, oh, I had to get rid of that one because we're buying another one. He's okay sleeping on the mattress. Because I said, when we get ready to leave, we can't move this big thing. So I came up with all kinds of stuff, right? We were putting stuff away, putting stuff in bins, anything we could to get ready. I finally went, I prayed and I was like, God, I don't know how to do this. It was like my life, everything else about my life was amazing, right? I was doing all the things. And I was like, Lord, but this train is moving. Like, I don't know how to slow it down to get off or to let him off and keep moving. And so I just prayed about it. And I didn't know how financially. I was like, we got a mortgage here. Like, how do I go?
Yeah.
And I was worrying about all the wrong things because God really did have me. And when I finally made that move, took that step, I went and got a little 3-bedroom apartment for me and mine. Moved in there. And it was so, so, so peaceful. But that relationship did so much damage. I didn't realize how much it damaged my youngest son, because like I said, my oldest was off at Morgan State at the time. But my youngest, but he still felt it too. But my youngest took the brunt of that. And really, I didn't find out until later on how much that whole saga impacted him until he wrote his own book. And I was like, my God. But once I left there, everything changed. It was probably like about a year after I left is when I had the opportunity to move to Hawaii. So me and my youngest, we moved to Hawaii on the island of Oahu. I lived there for 3 years, and I felt like God said he was picking me up out of this place of chaos and setting me in an atmosphere of peace. Mm-hmm. Where I went on my healing journey from all of this. But
Good for you.
You are so brave.
Wow.
That is so awesome.
Really short version.
Oh my goodness.
You have really braved through your life. And this is the stories we're talking about. Telling it so that you can heal and help someone else who may have had similar stories, may have been worse than yours, and you be thinking you're going through, somebody had a situation that's even worse than yours, and something didn't make it out of the relationship, first of all.
Exactly.
So thank God you are alive to tell it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And we're thankful that you were able to come on to share with so many women. I'm gonna just like digress because we normally be almost wrapping up. I'm gonna give us at least 3 more minutes to go over today for you, because I feel in my heart and my spirit we need to bless someone who needs to hear this.
Yes.
Understand that this is real.
It's real.
Yet they came through it. So any one of the ladies, y'all could just ask her a question apiece so we can extend these 3 more minutes.
I just wanted to know how long were you in the second marriage before this started?
6 years. I was in that marriage for 6 years.
Wow.
Okay.
And he was a church man that did I hear you say something?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh. Okay.
And that, because I mean, and that was one of the biggest things, was trying to protect his reputation,
His image and reputation.
His
And
image
that's what we do as
church.
women, Kimberly. We always try to save
Somebody
else.
Somebody else with our own self.
Yeah. And I would go to church and people would say, "Oh, your husband is so great. He's so wonderful, blah, blah." And I felt like slapping people in church. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, wow.
It's like we would be in the same service, hear the same word, and come home. And we would get in the house first because we would drive separately. And then he would come home. He would come through the door, slam the first door, go slam the other door, and go downstairs. Like, did we not just leave the house of God?
I hear you.
But did you ever think? No, saying, did you ever think? You know, and as I hear stories like this, I always think of the spirit. You know, we have our physical self and we have our spiritual self. And when I look at this instance, it's always, and a lot of times it seems that the same person experienced the same thing at a different point in their life. So I believe it's a spiritual thing. You know, this one person's spirit, your person's spirit, they met. That as opposed to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I look as every time I hear this, it always turns to me as a spiritual situation, because spirits do exist. So, and I see how you try to hide, like all women do. Even those women that we see in this big Diddy truck, they all hid it all.
Yeah.
For one reason or another. They hid it from everybody. And but themselves, they were willing to go through this, but it was their spirit that kept them there. You know, what do you think about as far as that? Did you see this at any time coming? You know, because of your relationships over the years.
It's funny because when this happened, my pastor called. When I finally left, my pastor called and asked me, like, she said, "I just want to know what was the last straw, because I don't find you to be a woman who would just like up and walk away. So I know it has to be something, you know, extenuating." So she asked me that. And then the next thing she asked me was, "Did you see this at any other point in time? Like, was there anything that, any inkling?" And I said, when she asked me, I said no. But then after a while, I thought about it. And back when we were dating, because like I said, we dated for 3 years. There was an instance when I was talking to him on the phone, and he got upset about something, and he yelled at me so loudly, and it startled me, and I hung up on him. And I thought, what the heck was that? Because it was just like almost rage, right? And I didn't talk to him for a few days, and he was like, "Okay, you know, you're like blowing this out of proportion. And, you know, I got upset. It's not something we can't get past, da, da, da." And so what happened with that is I told him, I said, "That's not something that I can live with. So I don't know what that was, but it can't happen again."
Right.
He was like, it will never happen again. Okay. What I realized was he stuffed that emotion and he hid it for the years after that we dated, so that I never saw it again. I didn't see it again until that creamy chicken Alfredo went across the kitchen. And I was like, oh,
Mhm.
that's what that
It
was
might have been.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Such a bad spirit.
Like
Yes.
we see things
Believe.
and we
Mm.
chuck them away.
Yeah.
That was the just glaring red flag that I chose to ignore.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ignore.
And that's
And
how
that's
I
what you
found
do.
myself in that
Right.
situation years later.
Yeah.
Right.
Peggy, did you have anything?
Yeah, I wanted to say to Kimberly, as you were telling the story, I was really waiting for the ball to drop. I mean, because you have not told the ending of all of this. And I'm saying to you, I'm waiting for you to say he came back, he found out where you were, he did X, Y, and Z. So we need to have a part two. I don't mean we need a part two so that you can go into details of what happened.
Mhm.
What was his response when he finally hooked up with you, so that he knew that this was it? It was done.
Well, when I left, I gave a courtesy call because I did not want him to think that
Yeah.
we had been robbed, because there was an incident where we had been robbed prior to that. Like we had went through a whole situation with that. And I didn't want him to think that's what happened. So when I knew that he was on his way back from the conference, I called and I said, I just want to let you know that I'm gone. And he's like, okay, well, what time are you coming back? I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, I'm gone. Like I moved out. And he's like, well, you don't have to do that. I'll go. You don't have to leave the house. Da, da, da. I am gone. And it took so long for that to register for him. He's like, well, you made that decision all on your own. And I said, no, I did not. You have been helping me to make this decision over the last 2-3 years. And that was it. I said, I just wanted to give you a courtesy call and let you know. I did not let him know where we had moved to. And still, like maybe a month or so after that, he was still calling me, asking me, when was I coming back?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not coming back. This is over. This is done. And I think it didn't hit him until I moved to a whole nother island.
Yeah. So you all did. So what happened with you going to church? Did you stop going to church, attending church, and he attend church still to try to fix it? Like something.
He stayed at that church, and I was off on an island. So it's like, yes, I was gone. But in that year in between, like we were going like to 2 different services, so we still didn't encounter. And then he was still doing stuff in ministry at the church, and it was like, really, y'all? Because it had been my home church, and I bought him, he came to that church as a result of marrying me, but somehow.
And you all never thought to go to counseling with the pastor about
we went. We went. That's a lot. That's your segment is not long enough for that whole thing.
Okay, well, we'll come back for that. I know
it's definitely got to be a part 2.
I know.
Really quickly, we were in one of the sessions where he got upset, and he had his heavy notebook and pad, and he threw it across the room in the direction of the therapist and stormed out of the office. And up until that point, she really didn't know what I was talking about, because he has suppressed everything in there. Because you can go to therapy and you can act like everything's okay.
Of course.
And that's what he was doing. But that day, she saw it. And I was distracted by the question that's up on the screen that said, was that really a red flag?
What was a red flag? One argument people don't.
It was a red flag.
Yeah.
Because the level of rage that was in his voice when he yelled, it wasn't just yelling, it was something else.
It wasn't him.
And that is to the point where, like, I've had somebody yell at me before, but when he did that, it startled me to the point that I just hung up the phone, because it was like I didn't even recognize what is that.
Yes.
And it scared me. So yeah, for me,
that's a red flag.
It really was a red flag. Because it wasn't a normal. It wasn't a normal. Argument.
You can hear a difference when someone is speaking with one tone
and enraged.
Versus they speaking from another.
There's a difference between mad and rage.
Yeah.
And what I heard was rage, but I was like, but it was so quick that I was like, okay. And then, you know, he did the whole sweet talking thing. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well,
Of course.
maybe I overreacted.
Right.
You know.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
we really appreciate you telling you. We are going to have, I mean, it's like I said, we always can go through this conversation because it is a conversation that continually to be going on and on and on. Your life was so much, you can't pack it into one half hour, 30 minutes. It's a lot, right?
Unbelievable,
But
yeah.
we got
I put it in books.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was my next question. Did you write about it? Did you put it in
write
a book?
about it? 'Cause this is a movie, a book.
All of the marriages are in one book called A Threefold Cord Broken, What Happens When Christian Marriages Fail. All of the stories are in there.
But we want to show a flyer of something you're going to be having coming up. We're going to show that. Can we show the event that's coming up? Yes.
Yeah, so this is our book launch celebration for a book that we just finished writing called Single Not Sad. And it's just really highlighting the lives of the women you see on the screen and our singleness. It's ditching the stereotype that all single women are broken, bitter, or bored. There are some of us that are happily single, I being one of them, after the ordeal that I went through. I've been single now since 2014 when I walked out that door. And I'm happily single. You know, if God should happen to come and I hear his audible voice saying, this is the man for you, maybe. But barring that, I'm good. But this book launch celebration is just really celebrating single women who are happily single, thriving, not sitting around broken, bitter, or bored. So if you have time, you can join us. We still have some tickets left. July the 12th. It's at the it's in Columbia, the spa that's in Columbia, the Pearl Spa. It's at the Pearl Spa. So
great.
Awesome.
Well, you want to Eventbrite, or you can contact me on social media.
Okay, what's your social media handle, Kimberly?
I'm on it's LaBoo Publishing, or my name. My name on Facebook, at LaBoo Publishing on Instagram.
Great. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you.
We'd love to have you on again in the near future.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate you. So you continue to be blessed and be safe, of course, and live your happy life, girl.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was amazing. Oh my gosh.
Good job, Kim.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Woo. Yes, I needed us to go over for this today because I felt that it was worth us having this moment to just really listen to her and hear her out. Because it's just so many women that I know connected today and going to connect on later that can say, you know what, that's real. This is a reality that's going on. Yeah. Exactly. I hear something going on in your head, Peggy. What are you thinking?
No. I'm just,
I know.
Amazing.
Like,
woo. Just to have the energy to put it in writing is the key. How do you tell your story when you've been abused and mentally messed up? And I'm just so proud of these sisters stepping up their game and saying, look, this did happen to me, and this is real. So thanks to Kimberly and so many other sisters that we have that are coming out and sharing their story.
Yeah.
We haven't heard enough of the stuff that's going on out in our community. And so I'm so glad that we have this platform that we can talk about it.
We can talk about it. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Sharon, for coming on and sitting in for
Thank
Sharon.
you,
Of course, we always want you. Look, we're always going to need you, girl, so stand by.
I appreciate you asking. Thank you.
Yes. So this has been a great show and a great time. What time is it?
It's time for you to walk in your purpose and
prosperity. See you all next week. Have a great one. Be safe. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.